Welcome to Fiery Femmes, the podcast where high achieving women build wealth, redesign their careers, and create lives with real freedom. I'm Sheena, an accredited investor, former tech sales professional, and the founder of Fiery Femmes. After a decade across global SaaS, startups, and my own reinventions, I realized the most powerful thing a woman can have is optionality. So, in every episode, we explore the future of work, the psychology of wealth, and the practical strategies that help women build careers and lives that evolve as fast as they do. There is a very loud message online right now that says, quit your job, go all in, bend the boats. But for most women, especially high achievers with mortgages, families, responsibilities, and lives they're actually building, that advice is not just unrealistic, it's unsafe. Reinvention doesn't have to be dramatic, it doesn't have to be chaotic, and it definitely doesn't have to be all or nothing. Today, I want to show you the Fiery Femmes way, the Slow Pivot Playbook, a way to reinvent your career with stability, clarity, and zero burnout. In fact, one of my mentors actually said, having a 9 to 5, having stable work is basically like having an investor in your business or in a business that you're building. So let's dive right in. Reinvention isn't a leap, it's a series of super small experiments. When people think career change, they imagine jumping off a cliff. But reinvention isn't a leap. It's a shift, a gradual, intentional, low risk moves that build into something bigger. It's some small experiments with big dramatic exits. Thinking, taking a short course to test interest, doing one freelance project, shadowing someone in an industry that you're curious about, creating content around a new niche, joining a community, talking to 5 people doing what you want to do. Reinvention is a process, not just a moment. I remember before when I was trying to think about what do I want to do, I actually enrolled in a florist course or like a florist workshop just to see whether I would like it. I mean, I love flowers. I love sending flowers. I love receiving flowers. During that course, towards the end of the day, I realized that it's not something that I want to do. I can't envision myself waking up at 3 or 2 a.m. to go to the fresh market, get flowers because they're going to be super fresh then, come back home or to where my studio is, not peel flowers but clean the stems, remove the thorns from the stems and essentially create this beautiful set of flowers, but they will die. Flowers die. So, as much as I had fun, I had a great time doing the course. That definitely told me that no, I don't want to do that every day. I don't want to be a florist to do that. No way. But big respect for florists. There's a lot of things that they do, and that's the reason why those bouquet of fresh flowers are so expensive. Okay, moving on. These are the 3 principles of a slow pivot. And here are the 3 principles that protect your energy and your income. One is the parallel paths. Don't drop the old path before the new one is ready. You can build them side by side. Your current job funds your reinvention. Your current job is your investor. So you don't have to send outreach emails to investors and having those meetings and pitching to these investors. Your next chapter grows quietly in the background. Second is having neutral experiments. You're not deciding your whole life, you're testing possibilities, and this takes the pressure off. So instead of, I need to find my passion, try what is the next small experiment that I can run. Last but not the least, identity lag is normal. You don't become the new version of yourself overnight. Identity takes time to catch up. You grow into it slowly by doing, not by thinking. Give yourself permission to evolve. And by doing is so important because sometimes we get stuck in these mental loopholes and we're exhausted just by thinking about it. And the reality is, we haven't even done step 1. We haven't even done step 0.01. So, such a strong advocate of 0 to 1, such a strong advocate of having action. And yeah, so whatever you're thinking of doing, think about what is the first step that you can do before you get there. Why slow pivots work better for women? Slow pivots work better because they give you one, emotional stability, no panic, no pressure, just exploration, financial safety. You don't sacrifice income before you're ready, clarity through action. You don't overthink, you experiment. Confidence. Every small win builds your self belief. And again, confidence is such a huge asset, huge skill. Make sure that you're building that muscle every day. Momentum. Small shifts compound into big reinventions. This is how real, sustainable, empowered career change happens. Having your slow pivot map. Here's the Fiery Femmes Slow Pivot Playbook in 4 steps. This is something that I had to learn and I had to work with my life coach as well. So, one is naming the feeling. I remember there was like this big wheel of feelings. So it's not just angry, sad, happy. There's actually, I think there was 30 or maybe 80 feelings. So when you name the feeling, it then says what the dissatisfaction is telling you. Is it boredom? Is it misalignment? Is it burnout? Is it identity change? You can't pivot until you diagnose the feeling. 2. Define the direction, not the final destination, just the direction. More creativity, more flexibility, more meaning, more autonomy. Is that the direction that you're looking for? Choose one small experiment. This can be tiny. Whether you want to create one piece of content like I'm doing now, taking a 90-minute workshop, ask someone in that field for a 10-minute chat. Volunteer for a project that builds a new skill. Test a side project for 30 days. Lastly, watch your energy. Your energy will tell you exactly where to go next. If it drains you, not your path. If it expands you, follow it. Your body knows before your brain does. Let's say second year in corporate sales. And this week's journal prompt is simple. What is one small, low pressure experiment I can run towards my next chapter? Not a big leap, not a resignation letter, one experiment. Write it down and then take the first tiny step. Look, reinvention, it doesn't have to be chaotic. It's quiet, it's intentional, it's brave, not in the dramatic sense, but in the consistent sense. You don't need to burn your life down to build a new one. You can pivot slowly, safely, and powerfully, one experiment at a time. If this resonated, share it with a woman in her pivot season and tag Fiery Femmes and your chosen experiment. I'd love to cheer you on. Thank you for listening to another episode of Fiery Femmes. If this resonated, share it with a woman in your life because we rise higher when we rise together. Don't forget to follow and review. It helps more women access the tools and conversations that build wealth and confidence. For more career and financial empowerment, come hang out on Instagram and YouTube at Fiery Femmes. I'll see you in the next episode.